The Auction of the Soul, Why You Are Worth More Than You Think. Part 1. The Wrong Price Tag. There is a lie more dangerous than any disease. It does not attack your body. It attacks your identity. It whispers in the silence of the night. You are damaged goods. Your value has depreciated to zero. You look in the mirror. You do not see a masterpiece. You see a mistake. You believe love is a prize for the perfect. And because you are flawed, you are disqualified. This is a spiritual emergency. If you believe this lie, you are walking through life in a prison cell with the door wide open. You are starving at a banquet table. You are rejecting the very oxygen your soul needs. Here is the root of the problem. We have confused our net worth with our self-worth. We live in a marketplace culture. It says a thing is only worth what it can produce. And because you feel unproductive, broken, or stained, you assume you are worthless. But I am here to sound the alarm. Wake up from this nightmare. You have been looking at the wrong price tag. Look at the dusty slave market. We are about to walk into a scandal that shocked a nation, a scandal that reveals the terrifying, relentless, illogical love of God. Imagine a holy man, a prophet of God, pure, respected, walking into the darkest red light district to purchase a woman who had betrayed him 1,000 times. You need to listen closely. This is not just history. This is your biography. The gavel is about to fall. The auction is about to end. And you need to hear the voice shouting over the crowd to buy you back. The danger is not that you are unlovable. The danger is that you will live your entire life, never knowing how expensive you actually are. Let us shatter the mirror of shame. Part 2. The Sound of Redemption. Samaria, 8th century BC. The slave market. A place where hope goes to die. The air is thick with unwashed bodies and animal dung. The noise is a cacophony. Shouting merchants. Weeping captives. Rattling chains. This is the bottom of the barrel. Look at the wooden platform. Standing there, stripped of dignity, is Gomer. Do not look away. Years ago, she was the wife of a prophet. She had status. She had love. But she chased the thrill of the night. She chased men who used her and discarded her. Now look at her. The jewelry is gone. The fine clothes are rags. Her beauty eroded by hard living. She stands with head bowed, hair matted, hiding from the leering eyes. She knows exactly what she is worth. She is not worth gold. She is damaged goods. In her mind, she says, I belong here. This is what I deserve. The auctioneer begins. He sells her like a mule, points out her strong back, ignoring her broken heart. The crowd shouts low numbers, looking for a bargain. Every bid is a confirmation of her shame. Suddenly, silence. It ripples through the crowd like a wave. The mocking stops. A man pushes through the mob. He is not a slave trader. He is a holy man. It is Hosea. Terror grips Gomer's heart. This is the husband she betrayed. She shrinks back, expecting him to pick up a stone. By law, he has every right to execute her. She braces for the blow, but Hosea does not pick up a stone. He walks to the auctioneer and says, I am here to buy her. The crowd gasps. Why buy back what is already yours? Why pay for damaged goods? The price is named. Hosea reaches into his robe. He pulls out 15 shekels of silver. It is not enough. He digs deeper. He has no more money. So he barters. He offers 1.5 homers of barley. He empties his pockets. He gives everything he has. Listen to the sound. Clink, clink, clink. The silver hits the table. That is the sound of redemption. Hosea pays full market price for a woman with zero market value. He steps onto the platform. He takes off his outer robe. He wraps it around her shivering, dirty shoulders. He lifts her chin and speaks words that shatter the logic of the world. You are mine. You will dwell with me. You will not play the harlot anymore. This is the scandal of grace. Value is not determined by the object. Value is determined by the price the buyer is willing to pay. You are standing on that block right now. You think your sins have made you a clearance item. You think God looks at you with disgust. You are wrong. God is not the angry judge waiting to stone you. He is the relentless husband pushing through the crowd. He sees the dirt. He sees the betrayal. And yet he empties heaven to buy you back. He does not pay with silver or barley. He pays with the blood of his Son. Do not look at the mirror to find your value. Look at the cross. The cross is God's receipt. But we still struggle, don't we? We have stared at a distorted reflection for so long. We need to understand how this mirror broke. Let us go from the slave market to the temple courts, where another woman is being dragged into the light. Part 3. The Mirror of Accusation. Jerusalem. The temple courts. Early morning. The sun casts long shadows. The air is cool, but the mood is hot with rage. Suddenly the silence is shattered. A group of religious leaders bursts in, dragging a woman, disheveled, humiliated, ripped from a bed of intimacy, and thrown into a circle of hostility. They throw her onto the hard ground in front of Jesus. Get on the ground with her. Feel the cold stone against your cheek. Hear the heavy breathing of the men standing over you. See the rocks in their hands. Jagged, heavy, lethal. But look closer. These men are not just holding stones. They are holding mirrors. When she looks up, what does she see? She sees her sin reflected in their eyes. She sees adulteress. She sees failure. She sees disgrace. This is the anatomy of a broken mirror. Throughout your life, people have held up mirrors to you. Parents, partners, bosses. They looked at you with disappointment. And you made a fatal mistake. You believed their reflection was the truth of your soul. You stopped saying, "I made a mistake," and started saying, "I am a mistake." The scribes thunder, "Teacher, this woman was caught in the very act. Moses says, stone her. What do you say?" They are right. The law is clear. She is guilty. She curls into a ball, waiting for the impact. She knows the sound of a crushing skull. But Jesus stops time. He does not shout back. He does not assert authority. He stoops down. Do not miss the power of this movement. He lowers himself. He gets on the floor. He enters her zone of shame. He puts his clean finger into the dirty dust. He ignores the shouting mob and writes. His silence is louder than their screaming. He turns the mirror back onto the accusers. He forces them to look at their own darkness. Then he stands up and drops the nuclear bomb of grace. He who is without sin, throw the first stone. The challenge hangs in the air. And then, the most beautiful sound in the world. Thud, thud, thud. The sound of rocks dropping to the pavement. One by one, the circle of condemnation evaporates. The threat walks away. Now, it is just Jesus and the woman. He stands up. He looks at her. For the first time, she looks into a face that does not hold a rock. She looks into a mirror that is not broken. Woman, has no one condemned you? No one, Lord. Listen to the verdict. Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more. Notice the order. He does not say, change your life, then I won't condemn you. No. He gives her the status of clean while she is still standing in the dust. The power to change comes from the assurance of love. You are holding a rock right now. You are your own accuser. The crowd has left, but you are ready to bash your own head in. Drop the rock. Look at the Master. He is the only one with the right to judge, and he refuses to exercise it. He took the stone intended for you, and let it crush him instead. The mirror is fixed. You do not see failure. You see beloved. But being forgiven is one thing. Being welcomed home is another. It is one thing to escape the executioner. It is another thing to be invited to the party. We need to go further. We need to see what happens when a person who smells like a pigsty tries to walk through the front door of a mansion. Part 4. The Undignified God. A dusty country road. The sun beats down on a young man limping home. The prodigal. The money is gone. The friends are gone. The party is over. Smell him. He reeks of animal filth, covered in the mud of a foreign land. But the worst stench is not the pigs. It is the shame. He rehearses a speech to the rhythm of his tired feet. Father, I have sinned. Make me a hired servant. Listen to his bargaining. He is doing exactly what you do. He is negotiating a contract for survival. He thinks he spent his identity. He expects a lecture. He expects the barn. He expects to work off his debt. But look up the road. On the porch the father is waiting. He scans the horizon. He sees the speck. He recognizes the walk. Watch closely. This is culturally shocking. In the 1st century Middle East, a patriarch never ran. It was undignified. It was shameful to show bare legs. To run was to lose honor. But this father does not walk. He hikes up his robes. He exposes his legs. He abandons his dignity. He takes off sprinting down the road. He runs past the staring neighbors. He does not care. His love for the son is greater than his love for his own honor. He is running to beat the community's judgment. He is taking the shame upon himself. The collision. The boy freezes. He starts his speech. Father, I have sinned. But he never gets to finish. The father crashes into him. He falls on his neck. He kisses him. Do not sanitize this. The boy smells like pigs. He is infectious. And the father wraps his clean, expensive robes around the filth. He presses his face into the dirt on the boy's neck. He weeps. The boy tries to say, "Make me a servant," but the father ignores him. He shouts to the servants, "Bring the best robe, the ring, the sandals." This is the explosion of grace. The robe, restoration of honor. The ring, authority and access to the family bank account. The sandals, sonship. The father does not say, "Go take a shower, then I will hug you." He hugs him in the mud. He does not say, "Pay me back." He throws a party that costs even more. You are standing on that road right now. You are rehearsing your speech to God. God, if you get me out of this, I will serve. I will be a slave. Stop. God is not interested in hiring you. He does not need employees. He wants his child back. He is running toward you right now. He is willing to look undignified to save you. He silences your bargaining with a kiss. Stop trying to earn your way back. You cannot work off the debt. Let him handle the debt. You think you are unworthy because of where you have been. He says you are worthy because of whose DNA is in your spirit. But there is one more level of unworthiness. Not just what we have done, but who we are. The feeling of being crippled, broken, useless. For this we must go to the desolate land of Lo-Debar. Part 5. The covering of grace. Lo-Debar. In Hebrew it means no pasture. It means the land of nothing, a wasteland where dreams go to starve. Living in the shadows is Mephibosheth, born a prince, grandson of King Saul, destined for the throne. But at 5 years old, tragedy struck. News came, father and grandfather killed. The nurse panicked. She ran. She dropped him. The fall shattered his feet. In an instant he went from future king to crippled fugitive. He has spent his life hiding, terrified that the new king David will find him. Because new kings usually execute the old family to prevent rebellion. Mephibosheth calls himself a dead dog, useless, discarded, a broken piece of furniture stored in an attic. Suddenly, the sound of chariots. The dust rises in Lo-Debar. Soldiers at the door. Mephibosheth's heart stops. This is it. The execution squad. They load him onto a wagon. The journey to Jerusalem feels like a funeral procession. The throne room. The doors boom shut. He cannot stand to greet the king. He throws himself off his crutches, crashing onto the cold marble, dragging his body forward, face down, trembling. He waits for the sword, but King David speaks, Mephibosheth, not in anger, in emotion. Do not fear. I will show you kindness for the sake of your father. Kindness. The Hebrew word is hesed, covenant love. David is saying, I am not looking at your legs. I am not looking at your politics. I am looking at a promise. Then comes the restoration. Not just the land, not just the money. You shall eat at my table always. Visualize the dinner scene that night. The bell rings. In walks Joab, the general. Tall, scarred. In walks Absalom, the handsome prince. In walks Solomon, the genius. They sit with the confidence of royalty. And then, the sound. Clump, drag, clump, drag. The servants help Mephibosheth into the room. He struggles into his chair. He pulls himself up. And the moment his stomach hits the edge of the table, a miracle happens. The tablecloth covers his feet. Look at the table. From the waist up you see Absalom, Joab, Solomon, and Mephibosheth. They all look exactly the same. They are all princes eating the king's food. Under the table the feet are twisted. Above the table there is only sonship. The tablecloth is the grace of God. You might feel crippled in your soul. You stumble in your faith. You have dropped the ball. You feel like you are hiding in Lo-debar. But the king says no. I did not invite you because you can walk. I invited you because of the covenant. Come to the table. Pull up your chair. Let my grace cover your shame. Under the table you might still struggle with that addiction. You might still have scars. But at the table you are family. He brings you out of the land of nothing into the land of plenty. Not because you are worthy, but because he is faithful. We have seen the auction, the mirror, the road, and the table. But there is one final verdict. A name change. We must go to the very end of the book, to the final revelation, where God hands you a white stone that settles your identity forever. Part 6. The verdict. The edge of eternity. We are looking into the mystery of revelation. This is where the final verdict is read. This is where your identity is permanently sealed. Jesus makes a promise. I will give him a white stone, and on the stone a new name written. To understand the power, understand the law. In the ancient world, juries didn't read a verdict. They were given two small stones, black and white. They dropped them into an urn. Black meant guilty, condemnation, death. White meant acquittal, innocent, free to go. Check your pockets. For years, you have been carrying a pocket full of black stones, collected from your past. Every time you failed, black stone. Every time someone rejected you, black stone. Every time the voice said worthless, black stone. You have built a monument to your own guilt. You expect the final judgment to be a pile of black rocks that bury you. But look at the hand of Jesus. He is not holding a black stone. He is holding a white stone. And this stone is more than a verdict. In the Roman world, a white stone was a tessera, an admission ticket to the victory games. A VIP pass to the banquet. It meant special access. Jesus is handing you this stone right now. Feel the weight. Cool, solid, unbreakable. But look closer. It is not just the Colosseum. It is the carving, a new name written on it. You have lived your whole life with old names. Unworthy, broken, addict, divorced, failure. You wore these like cheap name tags. When the devil called shame, you turned your head. But God is in the renaming business. He turned a deceiver, Jacob, into a prince, Israel. He turned a volatile fisherman, Simon, into a rock, Peter. And now he is looking at you. He takes a chisel to that white stone. He scratches out the old labels. He carves a name known only to him and you. A secret name. An intimate name. Maybe it is beloved. Maybe it is masterpiece. Maybe it is righteousness. This is the final truth. You are not what you have done. You are who the King says you are. The auction is over. You have been bought. The mirror is fixed. No condemnation. The Father ran. The robe is on. The table is set. Your feet are covered. And the verdict is in. The stone is white. So I beg you, drop the black stones. Let them hit the ground. Open your hand. Receive the white stone. Walk out of the prison of unworthiness. Step into the sunlight. You are wanted. You are held. And you are worth dying for.